everybody. Welcome to Panama.
We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I was close, all right? It's the P's. They throw me off.
Yeah, I'm not sure how close that is, but I'll allow it.
This is our second episode running with the new pay-per-view format where you can see me, and you're probably going to hear things in the background because there are things occurring just beyond these walls. A lot of clanging and banging there was. Maybe less now, hopefully. Hopefully. You can pray, or else... I mean, whatever, like, the hallmark of my channel has always just been things kind of occur, and I just record during them. So who knows? We'll just see what goes down.
You're like a modern day news reporter, you know? Things occur, and you just decide to record during them. Yeah, great.
I stand slightly in front of them as they happen back there, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
10. Back you in the studio, Todd.
I'm blind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on the last stop on the road to Wrestlemania. SmackDown will present WWE No Way Out 2005. We have a banging card for you this evening.
That we do. We have 4 confirmed matches going into tonight, right?
Yeah.
Because the other ones aren't confirmed. They're just
correct
happening. We'll explain them when we get to them. Because
one of them is heavily implied. The Big Show.
Oh, yeah, but if they weren't here, then yeah. That's what I was talking about. When we get to them, we'll talk about it. We've got 4 confirmed matches for tonight. We've got Edge versus Chavo Guerrero.
Afraid friendship.
The former tag team champions. Once Chavo Guerrero was freed at the Royal Rumble by Booker T. Chavo claims that Edge wasn't helping him at all. That he was only looking out for himself. That the title belt was his main goal, and that freeing Chavo was just maybe a side thing that would kind of sort of happen if he won the title. Which, still, not confirmed whether or not that even would have worked. You're dealing a lot in Tucker logic there of the man who has the belt has the power.
Edge, well, JBL has assembled a cabinet.
There's
got to be something to that.
He has. Edge, on the other hand, claims that Chavo himself is the one to blame for his own situation. That Chavo knew the risks of going up against JBL. That he had already failed once by the time he had taken the match that eventually forced him into the cabinet, that forced him to become JBL's title bearer. He knew the risks. He took them, even while him and Edge were tag team champions. It's greed versus greed. Former friend versus former friend. Canadian versus Canadian. Wait, no, that's not right.
That's a great summary. Big.
We have John Cena versus Kurt Angle, which you can do that one. I'll make you do that one.
All right. There was a WWE Championship #1 Contenders tournament announced a few weeks ago when Kurt Angle and Carlito reasonably asked, who's the #1 contender?
Understandable, honestly. I'm not sure how they're heels.
Kurt Angle Teddy Long made the tournament and put Kurt Angle in it. Kurt Angle was satisfied. Carlito was not in the tournament. The full bracket was Kurt Angle in the first round was going to take on his ancient nemesis, Rey Mysterio. And Chavo Guerrero was going to fight Booker T, his liberator. John Cena was going to take on the chief of staff, Orlando Jordan. And Chris Jericho was going to take on Edge. Chris Jericho didn't let that match start, though. He savagely beat Edge with a steel chair while laughing about it. That cunt. So Edge unfortunately won the match by disqualification, but was unable to compete in the semifinals. Kurt Angle beat Rey Mysterio and benefited from the Edge bye, and so Kurt Angle made it to the finals. John Cena beat Orlando Jordan, and Booker T beat Chavo Guerrero to set up a blockbuster clash at the main event of a recent SmackDown, which John Cena did indeed win. And so tonight, it's the finals of the WWE Championship #1 Contenders Tournament. The winner will face the WWE Champion at WrestleMania.
We've got Cruiserweight Champion. No. Yes, Chris Jericho taking on Rey Mysterio.
His title.
What's that?
He's defending his title against Rey
Is.
Mysterio.
He's being forced to defend his title, considering he has not done so for a pretty long time, honestly. I don't know how long it is. It's long. Chris Jericho, obviously, took out The Undertaker. The Undertaker's been gone.
For about as long as Jericho has.
Yeah, for about as long as Jericho's been Cruiserweight Champion, The Undertaker's been gone. The match was made... Wow, why am I struggling so much with this one? What is going on? The Edge Chavo one came to me just fine. Rey Mysterio...
Teddy Long said that, while Jericho didn't owe anybody an explanation, he did owe a SmackDown and WWE Cruiserweight Championship defense, and he knew just the guy for that situation. Rey Mysterio.
However, will Rey Mysterio be able to fully focus on Chris Jericho, as there are rumors
Oh, yeah.
of a man... That's it. There are rumors of a man.
There are rumors that Shawn Michaels might be here tonight.
Yeah. Puddy's better at this than me.
Remembering the name of one of our most successful main events.
Listen, all right? They would understand. Maybe. No, they wouldn't. And finally, in our main event...
Wait, I think there might be one more thing to add on that previous match, and that is that, of course, when the match was made, there were a few rumblings wondering whether the match would start at all. But luckily, Teddy Long has since clarified that if Jericho gets disqualified or is counted out, he will lose the title to Rey Mysterio. And if the match never starts at all, Jericho will be stripped of the title, and it will be made vacant.
It's in Rey's best interest for the bell to ring, even if the match itself is not going to end with a proper result, I'd say. If Jericho...
Yeah. I don't think Rey would want to win the title like that, though. I think Rey's more interested in, getting the match. And, if the title really is vacant, I think Rey would back himself to win whatever method it was made to find the new champion. He's undoubtedly, let's not, mix any words here. These are the two greatest cruiserweights of the last kind of 2 or 3 years. Like, Rey Mysterio is the best cruiserweight in the company.
Yeah.
And, Jericho, for all of Jericho's bullshittery over the last couple of months, if Jericho is to be considered one of the greats in this division, he has to beat Rey Mysterio. So this is a big opportunity for him.
Yeah. And finally, our main event. Barbed wire steel cage. WWE champion John Bradshaw Layfield faces his most daunting challenge. Not only the cage itself, but a monster of a man. A world's strongest man. God damn it, Mark Henry. Why don't you have more nicknames, you asshole? It's Mark Henry. JBL is going to be locked in there with the strongest man in the world. And it's a pissed off strongest man in the world. Because if you remember, JBL had a hand in, well, what we believed at the time was the murder of Mark Henry. Now it's more of a, well, honestly, I don't really know what happened to him, but Mark Henry was thrown into the Gulf of Mexico in a closed casket. And he's returned like, God damn it. Man, I'm not on my shit today. I'm like, he's returned like a bad cold. That's it. That's my That's what you get from me today. Sorry, everybody.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we steer through the last pit stop on the road to WrestleMania here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, join us as there will be no way out. Let's go. All of what we just said.
Yeah, the recaps.
Yeah. And now, SmackDown and Snickers presents WWE No Way Out 2005.
Pew, 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 pew,
Boom, boom.
pew. Taz thinks this will be good.
I agree, my broadcast partner. Let's get into it.
Michael Cole is such a personality.
Oh, my. As we're kicking things off with the WWE Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships.
Hell yeah, we are. London and Kendrick won these on a SmackDown at some point in the past month. They beat Tony Mamaluke and Nunzio for them. It was a big emotional victory. The two had kind of hokey-pokeyed, if you will, whether or not they would be a full-time tag team or not. But with their Cruiserweight Tag Team title victory and now defense number 2 of these belts, they're looking pretty concrete, pretty solid, if you will.
It's the first time these titles have been successfully defended on a pay-per-view.
Second time these titles have ever been defended successfully.
And only the second time they've ever been on a pay-per-view.
Hooray!
Hey!
They beat out Funaki and Moore, the first ever tag team champions, and the Cabinet's Speaker of the House, Dean Malenko, and the title bearer, Jimmy Yang. You go ahead here.
Sure. So Teddy is watching this really big old TV, and he's doing a little dance, and he's rubbing his hands, and he's saying, "Holla, holla, player! That's a fantastic way to kick off a pay-per-view." And then Finley's next to him, and he like slaps him on the chest, and he goes, "All right, I need Shawn Michaels to get a press box. Get him whatever he needs: food, alcohol, women, whatever he asks for. Get him everything. Okay? I need him to be comfortable and excited for what is going to be a historic night on Friday night's SmackDown. Thursday night SmackDown." And Finlay walks off. And soon, Carlito enters the room with a random blonde woman. Carlito is wearing a light blue button-up shirt and also wrestling tights. The woman he's with is dressed nice. And Carlito says, "Teddy, you've met Lizzie. She's the wife of one of the board of directors." And Teddy and Lizzie exchange pleasantries, and then Carlito tells Lizzie to enjoy the show. And then Carlito says, "You know, Teddy, I was just talking. I'm good friends with Lizzie and her husband, and over dinner last night we were talking about the Shawn Michaels situation. They were saying that if you can't sign Shawn Michaels to SmackDown, well, that'd be a big wasted opportunity. They might just have to consider your position. Now that," and he throws the apple up in the air, "that's cool." He takes a bite and leaves as Teddy stares daggers at him.
Hell yeah. WrestleMania 21 is 42 days away. We see an ad involving Mick Foley.
He's playing Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. He says a notable line from that film, but replaces a word with WrestleMania. I don't know.
WrestleManians, they have eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Big Show defeats the Dudley Boys. Avenging the sushi restaurant.
So, story time, ladies and gentlemen. 2 weeks ago, the Big Show. Well, honestly, I'm not sure Big Show's been on a pay-per-view, so let's go back a little bit further. Big Show is currently employed not only as a pro wrestler, but as a stand manager in the catering area for Kenzo Suzuki's House of Sushi. He sells the sushi in the catering area. The Dudley Boys, for some reason, took issue with the Big Show selling his goods, calling it garbage, basically. They proceeded to serve a Dudleyville traditional dish involving, I think it was like a hog's head covered in chocolate sauce with like a moose antler stuck through it or something like that. I don't really remember, but something along the lines of that. Jamie Noble tried it. Jamie Noble decided that the Dudley Boys dish was better, but, you know, it's Jamie Noble. He's eaten more dead rats than most dead rats. So, the last week, I am so fucking bad today. What is wrong?
You had it
with
there,
me?
and then your dead
What
rats
is
thing
so
threw you off.
What is wrong with me? The Suzuki store. The Suzuki store? The sushi store was attacked. It was the windows were broken in. I'm just remembering what you called it on SmackDown. I don't think we'll repeat it here.
Okay. Maybe.
little on the edge probably nowadays. 4 years ago, we're saying it, but not now.
Yeah, maybe you should head over to twitch.tv/Matsudaira if you want some edgy joke.
Exactly. The windows were smashed. The sushi was pissed upon. Oh my.
Whoa.
Oh my. And we all know who did it. It was these bastards, the Dudleys. And so Big Show swore vengeance. And tonight, he got it.
All right. Yeah, I like it. Excellent.
Big Show beats them in a handicap match.
That might be the last time you ever see the Dudleys.
Yep.
All right. Booker T is standing backstage, and he meets up with RVD, who's just come back from his vacation. And he's got like a Hawaiian t-shirt on, sunglasses. He's carrying a suitcase. He's like, "Hey, Book, how's it going?" And Book's like, "What the hell? Where have you been?" And RVD's like, "I went to Hawaii." Just nods and just uncomfortably look at each other for a while. And Book's like, "Man, you picked the worst times." And RVD's like, "Why? Is that JBL guy still giving you trouble?" And Booker's like, nah, this is someone even worse now. Chris Jericho has been running around hitting everybody with a steel chair. He's probably going to do it to Rey Mysterio again tonight. And Booker's like, well, RVD says, well, that's not right. Maybe we should get the militia together again, you know, like good old times. And, well, maybe we should be ringside for that match. Make sure nothing funky happens. And Booker nods slowly. He's like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. All right, Rob, let's do it.
Excellent. We see Kurt Angle's path to the final tonight, beating Rey Mysterio.
And accepting his bye.
Yeah, beating Rey Mysterio. And beating Rey Mysterio. That's it. Moving on. We see Kurt Angle taping his fists.
I want it known that I wanted this angle rated on sex appeal, but Tucker didn't go for it.
We don't fly for that here. Oh, me meow. He is here.
He's in his press box and Teddy's there with him, talking his ear off as Sean drinks a Bud Light.
Smug ass motherfucker. Teddy, that is, not Sean. Oh, I didn't realize we just went right into this. Do you want to go? You want to go ahead with this? I'll let you.
Sure. So Yeah. So they at the start of this match, the militia is there. The militia, for those curious, that has assembled is Booker, RVD, and Rosie, and they stop Tori Wilson from getting to the ring. The match then commences. It's a nice back and forth between two of the best cruiserweights of all time, until Tori Wilson feigns her ankle twists as she's standing in those high heels at the top of the entrance ramp, and the referee is like, is someone going to help her? Who is the referee, Tucker?
It is Jimmy Corderas.
Jimmy Corderas is like, someone going to help her, and it's obvious that nobody is, and the militia are like, but we have to watch the match with the guards.
We don't like her. I don't care.
Eventually, Jimmy Corderas comes down and carries Tori Wilson to the back. But just before she goes, Tori gives a thumbs up to Jericho.
Oh, my.
And everybody kind of look, the militia all in unison look back. And Jericho's standing there, steel chair held above his head. And then the militia will run to the ring, and you can hear Booker exclaim, "What the hell?
What the damn hell?"
But they're too late. By the time they get there, Rey Mysterio's knee is already crushed in with a steel chair. And as they enter the ring, the militia are taken out one by one. And then Jericho puts the crumpled and bent chair to the side and looks Rey Mysterio up and down, looks at the ring ropes and gets ready. But then the lights go off. Dong. Video plays on the Titantron of Chris Jericho's early career in WCW. Wrestling cruiserweight matches. Zooms as it fast forwards to Armageddon. And the last shot we see is of Chris Jericho and JBL smugly sitting on top of a limo.
Merry heel miss.
The Titantron goes black. And the lights come up. And The Undertaker, in full garb, is standing in the ring. And he does the cutthroat motion as Jericho runs towards him. He kicks him in the abdomen. Picks him up. Last right. He does the little cutthroat motion again. The lights go off. They come back up as Mysterio looks confusedly around. He goes to the top rope. Sent on from the top rope, and he pins him, and the crowd, they're chanting 1, 2, 3, but there's no referee, and here comes Charles Robinson running down to the ring, and then 1, 2, but Jericho kicks out. He's still fighting. The referee didn't get there soon enough. And Jericho barely gets to his feet, but Mysterio with the toe hold. 619 West Coast Pop, and Rey Mysterio is the Cruiserweight champion of the world.
We see John Cena's path to the final, beating.
I think you should just leave the mic unmuted, by the way. I think the
think
clanging
so?
and banging is fine. The Yeti unmuting sound, for me, is worse than the clanging.
Really? Is that? Can you actually hear it? Weird.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me mute and unmute my Yeti. You heard it, right?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you could hear it, because in theory it's muted when you click the button. Huh. Sorry about that, folks. I've literally never known that. Yeah, we see John Cena's path to the final, beating Orlando Jordan, beating Booker T.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
John Cena's beating a lot of black people lately.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, that's fine. Moving on.
I saw Brian Kendrick and Rosie in the middle.
I was like, what the fuck? It's the trainer's room. We see Rey Mysterio. He's surrounded by a gaggle of losers. They are all celebrating him and his victory, for they themselves will never have a victory as great as Rey Mysterio's was tonight. I just buried two solid roster members and Rosie. Ray says, thank you for all this fanfare and stuff like that, but really my knees fucking hurt. I need somebody to look at this. Could you please leave? And the gaggle stumbles out, as they would do. The doctor begins to look at Rey Mysterio's knee, and suddenly, I said suddenly, hell yeah, it's back.
Hell yeah.
From the doorway that the collection left through, Shawn Michaels, we can see him looking at Ray through the doorway. Just this tiny crack, he's looking at Ray and we can see him. And then Shawn enters the room. And he looks at Mysterio. And he pats him on the back with aggression, we'll go with. Pats him on the back, pats his belt on the front, and says, that's a nice piece of work you had out there tonight, Ray. And Ray looks at Shawn, and is Ray terrified, or is he like, fuck?
Yeah, I don't think terrified.
He's like,
right.
Fuck this
guy again. Yeah.
Ray struggles to get up off the doctor's shit. I even did this before. Bench table bed thing,
Examination table, yeah.
Yeah. He gets up off of it, kind of struggles a little bit with his knee and eyes up Sean and says, You shouldn't have come back here, man. I told you not to come back here. Sean says, well, I'm not just back here to be back here. In fact, I talked to Teddy Long, and while my suspension is playing itself out, we'll see, while my lawyers are aggressively attempting to get the funds back that I will lose from that suspension, that unrightful suspension that Eric Bischoff gave me, Teddy Long has allowed me for the next 2 months or so to be an active participant here on Friday Night SmackDown. Thursday Night SmackDown. Thursday Night SmackDown?
Thursday Night SmackDown.
Thursday Night SmackDown. Murray says, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. And Sean just looks at Ray and says, you know what this means, doesn't it? It means me, and it means you, and it means WrestleMania. It means that you and your... What belt is that? Cruiserweight? We have a Cruiserweight championship. Get to go one-on-one with the showstopper. With the greatest of all time. With Mr. WrestleMania. With Shawn Michaels. I told you I'd come for you, Ray. And just Shawn leaves. Ray watches him leave. And then quickly breaks the facade and goes, oh, fuck my knee.
Ah, my knee.
My knees.
Oh my!
Oh my!
Taz, you know what this means? No, don't book it in yet. No, don't book it in yet.
Why?
I'll tell you in a second. Just don't
All
book it
right.
in. All right. And Michael's like, Taz, that was vintage Shawn Michaels challenging a weaker opponent for a match at WrestleMania. We've seen this over the years. What do you think, Taz?
I think this is good.
And then we can move on
Oh, all right.
to the graphic for Mania.
I get it. I remember now. It's shown up on the screen. It's official.
Which the editing team quickly put together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess our editing team is just top of the line. Oh, I love wrestling. Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania.
And now, it is time for the Raw Rebound, sponsored by Snickers.
We see the conclusion of Randy Orton versus Dave Bautista, the winner. Right? Randy Orton, Dave Bautista? That's right? Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
The winner. No, if Orton wins, he goes to WrestleMania to join the Triple Threat. To join the Batista Triple H match.
To create a triple threat with Triple H.
Yeah, I said that in the worst way possible.
We just see Orton RKOing Batista as Ric Flair looks on confused.
Yeah,
Zero context.
Yeah, JR and Lawler provide some context. Oh man, the match is over, but there's no winner. What does it mean for Randy Orton and WrestleMania? Goddamn sassafras.
This has been the Raw Rebound, sponsored by Snickers. So, John Cena's walking backstage, his spinner belt around his waist. And Chavo Guerrero walks up to him and says, John, I know you're going to fight Kurt Angle tonight, and we're all proud of you for getting this far. I fought a lot of matches against Kurt Angle over the years. And that guy's a machine. You got to be ready for it. I was talking to him earlier tonight. He doesn't just want to beat you, John. He wants to hurt you. He wants to lock in that ankle lock and make you tap. But I know you, John. I know you got the heart and you got the spirit not to tap when he puts it on you. And that's what you need to do. You need to fight through the pain, John. Because when you don't tap, that's going to make him angry. That's going to make him aggressive. That's going to make him chaotic. And that chaos is where you have your chance, John. All right? So just go out there and show him what you've got, because we all know that you can do it. And John, you know this better than I do, that if you lose to Kurt Angle tonight, all you've done will be for nothing. But I know that ain't you. I know you ain't about to fall at the final hurdle. All right? Now you get out there and show him what you got. And then you go on a WrestleMania and make a name for yourself, okay? I got my own match to take care of. And he clasps his hand and fucks off.
John Cena. Should have named this. John Cena is talked at by Chavo. We have VTs before all the... Yeah, we do.
We have... Yeah.
Perfect. Edge versus Chavo. We recap it the same way we recapped it before. They won the tag team titles together. They beat the unstoppable force of... Oh, never mind. We can't remind you that Mark Henry was a heel, so they beat somebody. Whoa, they won. Showing them defending it, showing Chavo getting involved with the cabinet, losing the heartbreaking match, being forced to become JBL's title bearer, Edge's pathway to attempt to try to break Chavo out, Booker T's actual attempts to break Chavo out, Booker T's success to break Chavo out, and then finally these two coming face to face, addressing their issues between each other, and the establishment of the match on Thursday by Teddy Long.
Perfect. And Edge also apparently used subtle mannerisms to hint at the future heel turn.
Nice.
Nice!
The boys did it. The boys did it. They banged.
Gory bomb.
The boys did it. They banged. Yeah. Chavo picks up the win. Do you have anything specific for this match thought up, or?
I think it's probably going to be quite a brutal brawl. Sprawls to the outside, lots of punching, lots of
a lot of shouting. I was your friend. All that good shit.
You're supposed to be my friend.
You're supposed to be my friend. You were supposed to be my friend, Holmes.
You'll never do anything, Chavo. Clothesline, Edge DDT, crowd pops because it's apparently a hot new move.
Hell yeah, they love that TDT.
And then Chavo misses a frog splash and then hits him with a gory ball.
Hell yeah, big win for Chavo.
Yeah.
Afterwards, beaten down.
Offer him a handshake.
Chavo Guerrero extends his hand to his friend Edge, and Edge just kind of reclines back like this.
They can put this behind them. It can all be over.
Looks out to the crowd. He looks Chavo right in the eyes, and scoots himself back out of the ring. Rolls out, looks at Chavo, shakes his head, and walks off. Heartbreaking. The night the Heartbreak Kid comes to SmackDown in this. My God.
Yeah.
The fans hate. They're so angry at Edge. They think the turn was bad for some reason. That's just called heat.
They were so shocked that this hasn't been built because we didn't put it to be built.
Yeah, they're shocked because we didn't click the thing in the game, unfortunately.
Which is fair.
Yeah, it's a game. Oh, well. Moving on.
Oh, that's JBL's limo, everybody.
That's him. He's pulling up to the arena. He's burning. Somebody's calling the phone, too. It's amazing. Still love this Josh Matthews picture. Just says Joe in the corner.
I didn't even see that until you pointed it out.
Yeah, it's said that forever. Joe.
Are you sure that's just not his shirt?
No, it's a screenshot from Tough Enough that I took, where it says Josh, where it says Josh, but so I just cropped it, so it just said Joe.
Josh asks JBL how he feels about tonight's main event, the barbed wire steel cage, and fighting against such a strong competitor as Mark Henry.
And JBL says that's not even a thought he's had, because Mark Henry might be the world's strongest man, but ultimately, that strength is physical. And a match like a barbed wire steel cage, it's meant to wear you down. Mark Henry might be the strongest man in the world right now. He might be the strongest man in the world the time that bell rings. But come the time the bell rings again, his body is going to be battered beaten and broken. He will not be the strongest man in the world once JBL's done with him. And there's no question in JBL's mind that he can get it done tonight. Because ultimately, that super strong body of Mark Henry's, it's just that. It's a body. It's gonna come and go. There's gonna come a day where Mark Henry is 60 years old sitting on the porch thinking back about how he had this moment, this shot to do something legendary, but he couldn't. And that's the exact same time that I'll be sitting on my porch at 60, still WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I might smell like smoke. Because this past year, I've been through fire. They wanted to see me fail. But I haven't. I've taken everything I've gotten. I've made myself. I've surrounded myself with associates and colleagues that I believe in and I trust. But ultimately, I trust myself. And I trust in this belt as the mark of what it truly is. John Bradshaw Layfield is the best in the world and is a pro wrestling god. We recap the tournament like we have been.
Well, no, we don't recap the tournament in this one. We specifically look at Cena and Angle. We look at the fact they've been in this business for a similar amount of time. But there are monumental differences. I mean, just for one thing in success, Angle is one of the most successful wrestlers of all time already. And he's been wrestling for like 5 years, right? Whereas Cena, he's still working his way up. People still look at him like a kid, but it's time for the kid to become a man. And to do that, he's got to beat the man. And also they look at the backgrounds. You know, a picture of Cena with the cardboard belt.
Oh, John Cena always wanted to be WWE champion. Kurt Angle just does this as a hobby. He was an Olympic gold wrestler before he even thought about coming to pro wrestling.
We have that picture of Cena with the cardboard belt, and then the next picture is Angle with the medal on the podium.
One that he has, yeah.
John Cena versus Kurt Angle tonight. Let's do it. And me and Tucker discussed this in the booking, where you think we should just literally do the real life match. So if you want to know what this match looks like, just go watch the match.
Except for the STFU. But
yeah, well, no, we'll just change it, Tucker. Can you change it in this version, or did they take that out?
No, you can't change it anymore. Oh, I can.
Oh,
I can.
There you go. Pinfall with the FU. And FYI. So just go watch the real match. Neither of us think it's a great match, but it's probably a good match for the story of Cena's current point in his career.
Yep. Angle works down Cena's ankle the entire match, but Cena, he shows that fire that he has. He refuses to give in. He refuses to quit. He's in a bad way still, though. But eventually, Kurt Angle gets frustrated. He doesn't think it's working. He's built of something stronger than anything Angle's seen before. Until he sees it in the corner. If Cena's made of something more than flesh, maybe he's made of steel. So fight steel with steel. He picks up the solid steel chain that Cena has, and he wraps it around his hand, turns around. Cena springs the fuck up, puts him on his shoulders. F you. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. That's John Cena is going to WrestleMania.
Do. Oh, not yet. It's do. Yeah. Leonard McMahon reminds you that WWE wrestlers are trained professionals. Don't try this at home. Don't smack down yourself. All right. We have one more VT, right? And then... Yep. Puddy, if you will. Talk about Mark Henry or something.
He's a big, strong man. He's pulling trains as a workout. And we just replay the John Bradshaw Layfield promo from earlier.
Yep.
Just cut up a little bit and interposed with him beating Brock Lesnar, beating Rey Mysterio, beating Kurt Angle, beating The Undertaker, beating Chavo Guerrero
Big
beating
Show.
Edge.
I'm sure he's beaten the Big Show at some point.
I don't think he has, actually. I think we've kept them relatively
We've
apart.
kept the Big Show away from JBL.
He is a wrestling god, and tonight he steps foot in with the greatest strongman in the history of the WWE. If there was ever a pit stop on the road to WrestleMania, this is it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not shocked. Not shocked.
A little bit shocked, not that shocked. JBL's got a 97. Can we just point that out?
Hell yeah. He's the man.
Also, can we say escapes the cage, because I don't think he pins
He
Henry.
just clotheslines Mark Henry. Yeah, he escaped. I don't need to write it. You know. He escapes.
I want you to write. No, I'm kidding. 8 defenses. He shows why he's a badass. I'm not saying. Go ahead.
We can call the match completely clean, but I do think that it's important, at least to some degree, to have the cabinet in there, which is why, and I think it just makes perfect sense. The Bashams, who've not been on this show, can just at some point, like, throw JBL. Like, he's climbed up. He's like, oh god, the barbed wire. I can't get it's hurting me. It's hurting me. Doug and Danny can toss him up like wire cutters, and JBL can cut a little hole and go over the top.
Sure. But I think also this should be a John Bradshaw Layfield works underneath. And he's selling the entire match, but he's still in there because he's a badass. And he pushes back to the top. Multiple clotheslines, but he realizes he can't pin this man. He's too strong. He can't do it. And so he wire cuts his way out the top. And he's still champ because Slol.
And that's no way out.
We can book in for WrestleMania.
Oh, we can.
The SmackDown main event.
It's gonna be the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena, against the Doctor of Economics, John Bradshaw Layfield.
JBL gets the WrestleMania main event he was robbed of last year, and John Cena has finally made it to the top.
Hell yeah. Oh, don't you worry. We'll get you soon, U.S. title. And that's No Way Out 2005.
The exact same rating as No Way Out 2004.
What do you fucking know? You want to talk to anybody here?
Not particularly. You can talk to people.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk to Chavo and Edge, because I think they had the best match of the night. Unironically.
Yeah, of course they're in the best storyline.
Yeah. Praise them both for great performance. And
I mean, JBL pulled out a 97. Maybe we should tell him he did a good job.
John, no. We're hugging him. Just
okay.
Come here, son.
Sweet baby boy.
Sweet baby boy. All right, we'll see you around. That's the worst way I've ever almost sucked off a YouTube video. All right, I'll see you around, I guess. In the description, Puddy's Twitch, where we streamed this stuff live. Even this right now is live on somebody's computer somewhere, hopefully. If not, is technically on the website, just nobody's watching it. You can see all this shit happening live. We do our TVs there, so, if you're interested in any of the shit that you heard, and the TVs are pretty funny, I'll say that. Like, we are more focused on these pay-per-view episodes. The TVs, they're a fun time.
Somebody in chat would like to make it known that they're watching.
There you go. We have at least one guy. We did it. A successful stream. Anything else, buddy? Your YouTube channel is in the description.
Of course I have something to say. Next episode here on Silly Talk.
Oh yeah, it's Mania.
It's WrestleMania.
We were about to go to WrestleMania. Last thing I would have said was, all right, see you around.
Make sure you tune in for that one. It's going to be a massive show. We only have 3 matches booked in at the moment. But trust me when I say, as always, it is going to be a banger. And please, please, please go to Twitter, go to Silly Talk, and pester him to make graphics like he did last year.
I was going to. I was always going to.
There you go. Okay. And
need to give you more things to throw up on your screen when you need to go do something really quick. So. Oh
yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I should stream and record Mania, because there's a little bit more technical know-how. But we'll talk about that afterwards. Either way, Watch WrestleMania. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a big show, massive show. We might even maybe stream it in a special way. I don't know. We'll try and figure something out. It's Mania. We don't get to do these that often. Watch it. It's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah. Peace, YouTube people. Peace.